Okay. Hello, hello. Hey guys. I don't know why I just can't start my video without saying hey guys. I thought of saying hello, hello and finish it off, but now it's just like it's pasted in my memory to say hey guys. This is Nalini here. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so how are you all? Hope you all had a great Sunday. I hope Sunday is over for all parts of world. Um, okay, so as you know, Sundays I don't come live. Like I want to come live, maybe after church, during lunchtime, like after lunch, maybe in the afternoons. Uh, I might come live, but can't promise that because evening. Then again, I go for another prayer meeting, so I'm very time bound with all, you know, that. So, but anyway, missed you all, and let's learn something, not something new. Yes, my audio is proper. So like now I'm always scared about the audio because in one of my lives, I don't remember what I made. The my stand where I attach my phone, that area was pressing the you know down volume button, what I don't know what it's called, and my entire life was like on mute because of that. So that's why I always check my audio before starting. So okay, anyway, uh, so yes, so in my previous live, which was on Saturday, I think, I taught how to make this coaster. Okay, so this circle and this base for the flowers, the vines, you can say. So this much, if you want to learn, you can just visit my uh, you know previous live session, and you can learn how to make this coaster and these additional vines and the base for the flowers, all those things. So you can learn it there, or I have, if you don't want to learn it live, like if it's too time consuming, then I have a what do you say, uh, well, I'm speechless. Yeah, I have a tutorial for that. I'll just show you now. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So if you just go to the video section of my channel, and you can just click the popular option, and you'll get these two. So if you want an edited tutorial, then you can go for this one. This is exactly what I'm making right now, and you can follow this one. And this is for what do you say, the pot. Okay, so in this tutorial I've taught you how to make the flower coaster, and in this tutorial, which is a part 2, I've taught you how to make the pot. So you can just refer these videos if you want to learn that. And even a tutorial for this beautiful flower coaster is also available on my channel. So if you don't have time to learn it in the live session, if it's too time consuming and too slow, then you can just go for the edited versions. Okay, so now let's start with our uh, making. So I did teach you this flower, and there was one small mistake in this. Like instead of chaining 3 here, I chained 2, and like I left my tutorial live session here because of the time constraint. Like I usually end my live by 10:30 because after that I have another class which I take. So that's why I don't like to leave things incomplete. So I just thought I'm gonna open this and start teaching it again, and hopefully we'll finish making the flowers over here. Rakesh Kumar. says, "Hello, I'm Anjali. I'm new." Hi, Anjali. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for visiting my live, and I hope you're doing well. So, so first, I'm just gonna frog this one, and we'll start all over again. And I can teach you how to make this flower once more, and then we can start making these flowers. So I just join these two because it'll be needing a little more yarn than what is used. So I'm joining this with the magic knot method. Ethan Cruz says hi. Hi, Ethan. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so we have joined our yarn. Now I'll just cut these extra yarn tails. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just frog this and make it all over again. The beauty of knitting or crocheting. Suppose you've made a mistake, or you didn't like what you're making, you want to correct it, then you can always just open it up and start it all over again. So I'm just thinking that I had told you that I'll be using two colors to make this coaster, but I'm worried that this pink one may run out of this thread, because it's just I just have this one roll of this pretty pink. So I thought of alternating these two, but now I'm just thinking that I'll just add one more color to it, because if I run out of this, then my coaster won't be done. So that's why I'm gonna alternate these three, like one of this color, one of this color, and one of this color. Then I think so. Sorry, it'll be sufficient for my entire coaster. Fatima Mangeras. Well, I don't know what your C is supposed to be, but hello, Fatima. Okay, so let's start making this. So I just wanted to tell you that this portion, the coaster portion, to make that, I had used a 4 millimeter crochet hook, and for the flowers, I'll be using a smaller hook. So I'm using 3 millimeter because the yarn is, thinner. This is a cotton thread, crochet thread. Okay, so this one is some all they're all from different brands. So there's something royal, and this one is what is this? Coreox thread. So that's why I'm using 3 millimeter. You can go for 3 millimeter or 2.5 millimeter according to what uh, thread you're using. Okay, so let's make our flower, the first flower of this wonderful, beautiful coaster. So we're gonna hold our yarn like this, and this is the base of the flower. So people who don't know, sorry, I don't know why my throat is acting up. People who didn't attend, don't know, I have taught this in my previous live, so you can just refer to my previous live session, and you can learn how to make this coaster and these. Okay, so I'm gonna make flowers on this. So this is the flower base. Okay, so you can make your flower on this, and this will act as a leaf or a vine. Then next flower will come here, then this is one vine, so like that. So these are the base of the flower. Okay, so now I'm just gonna insert it into this first gap, which is between chain 2 and first double crochet, like this, and hold my yarn like this, grab it, and I'll bring it out like this. And then either you can just wrap your yarn like this and make a chain, Sorry. Or you can just hold both of them together and just chain one, and then you can just drop the tail. Okay, so now let's make two chains. So one and two. So after making your two chains, in this space, I'm going to make the popcorn stitch. So one, two, three, and four. So uh, we won't count this one, the chain three, as a first double crochet. So we are going to make one more double crochet. So we have made 5 double crochet in this gap. Okay. So now you can just remove your hook like this, just enlarge your loop like this, and then you're going back into the fifth or the first chain, 1 2 3 4 and 5, first stitch. Insert your hook into that, insert your hook into your loop, and just bring it out like this. Okay, and then you can just chain one. And now we are going directly into our next chain one space. So we have made our one chain, and this chain one will act as a bridge between two petals. Okay, so now we'll just go into this next chain space and make our 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So after making your 5 double crochet, just same thing, just make your loop a bit bigger, remove your hook, and into this very first stitch which we made over here, insert your hook, insert your hook into this loop, and turn your hook towards the opposite side, that side, and just bring it out like this. So your second popcorn stitch is done. Now chain one, and now you can just go into that next chain space which you have and make your popcorn stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And if you don't know how to make these stitches, then I have taught all the basic crochet in my past live sessions. So you can just visit my channel and go for my previous live sessions, and it's like learn basic crochet or something like that, the title, the video title. So you can go for that, and you can learn how to make these basic stitches and all in that. So in my past lives, I have taught many things, some beautiful keychains, back charms, and those kind of things. Then I have taught how to make these beautiful layered flowers, and then I have taught how to make this popcorn flower. So all of this I've taught in my live session. Then this is part of that basic crochet learning. So how to make a circle. Suppose you don't want this pattern, you want a plain pattern, a solid pattern, and then you can go for this one. Okay, so how to make a circle and how to make a flat circle, increasing rows, I have taught this. Then on a subscriber's request, they wanted to know how we can turn our flower, the popcorn stitch flower, into a granny square. So I have taught that one also. Okay, so you'll find all these wonderful uh, tutorials, live sessions on my channel. So you can just go to the live part, and you'll find all these tutorials. Okay, so let's get back. So I've made my 5 double crochet, so I'll just remove the hook, insert my hook into the very first stitch of this set, insert my hook into the working loop, and just bring that working loop out like this, and chain 1. Then we are going to insert into our next chain space and make a 5 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, oops, 2 and 3, 4 and 5. And then you remove your hook, insert it into the first stitch, insert it here in the working loop and bring it out, and chain 1. Then we are going to this last chain space which we have between the last double crochet and chain 2, and make your popcorn stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Remove your hook, insert it into the very first stitch of this set, insert it into the same loop and bring it out, and chain 1. So we've made a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 petals. Now you can just turn your work and just find that first stitch which you made. So this is our chain 2, and if you just hold your chain 2 and pull it, you'll find this space. So here we can just make a slip stitch and finish it off like this. Okay, so we have joined the bottom part of our flower, and now I think I'll just slip stitch into this one. So this is not in the tutorial. In the tutorial I've started with the chain 3 right over here, so I'm just changing it a little bit, and we'll make a slip stitch between these 2 petals. So this is the first petal which we made, the first popcorn stitch which we made, not a petal. This is the second popcorn stitch, and this is the bridge between both. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a slip stitch over here like this, and now we've entered in between the bridge between these 2 popcorn flowers, and now I can just chain 2. Okay, so this is, you can consider this as my first double crochet. Then I'm gonna make 1 more double crochet, then I'm gonna chain 3. So yesterday what mistake I did in my flower was I chained 2, just because I was lazy to refer my own video. Okay, so 1, 2 and 3, and now I'm gonna make a double crochet right, a slip stitch right here at the base of the double crochet. Okay, so this one, so you can see these 2 loops. So I'm just gonna insert my hook into that, any 2 loops of that double crochet base like this, and make a slip stitch. Oops. Make a slip stitch like this, and now in this same space I'm gonna make 1 more petal. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet. So I made my 2 double crochets. Now chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and now same thing, slip stitch at the bottom of your double crochet like this, and between these 2 we have made our 2 petals. Now you can just go directly into this next chain space between these two popcorn stitches, this one. Okay, so in that I'm gonna make my next petal. So directly make your 2 double crochets, so 1 and 2. Now chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then you can just go to the base of this double crochet, use those 2 loops and make a slip stitch like this. Okay, now one more petal we are making here, so 1 and 2. Now chain 3, now make a slip stitch at the base of that double crochet, the last double crochet which you made. Just use these 2 loops like this. So we made our 2 petals between these 2 popcorn stitches. Now let's go for the next gap between these 2. Okay, you can just do it like this, and this is the gap. So let's make 2 petals in this gap, so 1 and 2, and now chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and then slip stitch here at the base of that double crochet. Like this. One more petal in that same place, chain 1 space, 1, 2, and then chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Then make your slip stitch like this. Then again go for this bridge between these 2 popcorn stitches, the chain 1 space, and make your 2 petals. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 3, and slip stitch at the base of the double crochet. Again, one more petal in the same space, 1, 2, then chain 3. Now insert it in the base of that double crochet and slip stitch like this. And now this is our that slip stitch which we made where we joined the flowers. So if you want it to be a 8 petal flower, then you can finish it here. You can just join it, make a slip stitch here on top of your chain 2, this place. Okay, or you can, if you want 10 petal flower, then you can just go ahead and make 2 more petals in this the joining slip stitch. Okay, so I'm gonna make a 10 petal flower, so I'm gonna make 2 more petals over here. So this is my first petal, 1, 2, 2 double crochets, chain 2, chain 3, and slip stitch at the bottom of that double crochet like this. Then let's go back into that same place and make 2 more double crochets, chain 3, and slip stitch at the bottom of that double crochet. And now we've finished our flower, the petals. So now let's just go into this top of chain 3, you can chain 2. So this is our chain 2, and if you just stretch it, you can find this first stitch. Okay, so in that you just insert your hook and make a slip stitch like this. And here you can just chain one and cut the yarn and just pull it out. And your first flower is done. So what I'm going to do is, as I'm making it, I'm just going to keep weaving in the ends, because once you are done with your work, then if you sit to weave all the ends in, it's a tedious process. So that's why it's better that we just get it done with as we are making a project. So just go into these stitches and come out here. Don't pull it too hard. Okay, just let it come out, and then you can just hide your tail end in these stitches above your popcorn stitches. So just insert it into these like this, and you can just cut it off. So there might be some threads sticking out from our initial yarn tail when we joined the yarn to make this flower. So if you find those annoying, then you can just cut it off like this. And our beautiful flower is ready, the first flower of this coaster. Like this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, so it'll be like pink. What should I do? Should I go for this combination, pink, cream and maroon, or should I go with pink, maroon and cream? I think this will be much better. So I'll go with the cream one. So pink, cream and maroon. So next flower we are going to make is a cream flower. So the choice is upon you. If you want to get done with the pink color, then you can just leave two flower base for the other ones, and in the next one you can make pink. Then again leave two flower base for the other colors and make your pink. So get your pink one done, then get your next color done. You can do like that also, or you can just follow color by color. So let's make a cream flower again, cream flower. Okay, so hold that, hold that yarn like this, insert it into the next flower base after this, which is this one. Okay, so insert your hook into the first space which you see between chain 2 and your first double crochet like this, and grab the yarn, bring it out, and then chain 1. Okay, then you can just drop the tail, just let it come towards a little bit side over here, and you can just hold the tail along with your work to weave it in. Okay, so it'll get woven in naturally. Just pull this if your loop is a little bigger, and then drop the tail like this. And now chain 2, 1 and 2, and in this space we are going to make 5 double crochets. Okay, so 1, okay, 2, sorry, 3, 4 and 5. So after making your 5 double crochets, this chain 3 is not counted as a stitch. If you want to count this as a stitch, then you can just make 4 more and insert it into your second chain and finish it off. but I am making 5. I'm not including this as a stitch. Okay, so now I've removed my hook from here. I'm inserting my hook into the very first stitch which I made, the double crochet. If you don't know, you can just count backwards: 1 2 3 4 and 5. So this is my first double crochet. So insert your hook into that, insert your hook into this, bring it out, and chain 1. Then we are going for the next chain space and making the same popcorn stitch. So 1 2 3 4 and 5. Now again, remove your hook from this, insert it into the first stitch which you made, insert it into this working loop, make it a little tighter, not too tight, just normal tightness, and chain 1, and then go into the next chain space, okay, and make a popcorn stitch. So 1. So people who have joined me just now, hello, welcome to my live session. Hope you all are doing well. I'm making that famous viral flower coaster. So a video tutorial for this is there on my channel. If you visit my channel in the popular video section, you'll find it. So you can learn it from there if you don't want to go through the entire live, or if you wanted to crochet along with me, then you can just follow this one. So the tutorial for this and this is there in my previous live, Saturday's live. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 and 5. So I'm just teaching you how to make the flower. So we are just completing a coaster. In my that previous live, I just made one flower and left it there. So like it was bothering me because we didn't complete that flower. So that's why I thought 1 2 3 4 that today we'll try to finish that flower, because I end my live sessions before 10:30. So that's why. So time was almost up. So I had to end my life there. So so in the next chain space, we are making 1 2 3 4 and 5. 5 double crochets. Just make your loop a little bigger. Insert your hook into the first stitch, then into that working loop and make it smaller and bring it out of that stitch. Then chain 1. And now this last chain space is remaining, the space between your last double crochet and chain 2. So make your popcorn stitch there. So 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, then again the same thing, finish your popcorn stitch and chain 1, and our 5 1 2 3 4 5 popcorn stitches are done in all the 5 chain spaces. Now turn your work and slip stitch into that very first stitch which we made. So just hold your chain 2, the first chain 2, and stretch it, and you'll find this first stitch over here. So insert your hook into that and make a slip stitch like this. And now we are ready to make our petals. So just we are working into these chain 1 spaces, the space between 2 popcorn stitches. So this is the first space, so we're just going to make a slip stitch and come into this section like this. Okay, now chain 3, so chain 2, and now we are making our petals. So this is let's count this as our double crochet. So make one more double crochet, chain 3, then make a slip stitch using these 2 loops of the double crochet, base of the double crochet, like this. Our first petal is done. Now again 2 double crochets, chain 3, and make that slip stitch at the base of that double crochet. So these 2 loops, like this. So between 2 popcorn stitches we have made our 2 petals. Now go to the chain 1 space between next 2 popcorn stitches. So this popcorn stitch and this popcorn stitch, and this is that space. So here make 2 petals. 1. So people who are not subscribed, do subscribe to my channel, and you can find many wonderful tutorials of beautiful stuff, and you can follow them and learn how to crochet. So we have made our 2 double crochets. Now chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3, and now again we are going to slip stitch at the base of that double crochet using those 2 loops, like this, and pass it through. So our first petal between these 2 are done. Go back into that same space and make your double crochet. So if you guys have any questions related to what I'm doing, you can ask me. Chain 3 and insert your hook into those 2 loops of that base of double crochet and slip stitch. So our next 2 petals are done. Now let's jump over right to the next 2 popcorn stitches. Okay, so this chain space, and let's make our petals there. 1, 2, 2 double crochets are done. Chain 3, then go into that 2 double crochets and slip stitch. Then go back into that same chain space and make your 2 double crochets. Chain 3 and make a slip stitch. So these 2 are done. Jump right over to the next chain space between these 2 popcorn stitches, this one, and we'll make our popcorn stitch, sorry, the petal. 1 and 2, chain 3 and make your slip stitch. Then again make your 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, insert your hook, sorry, and we've made our 2 petals. So here, as I told you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 petals are done. If you want to finish this here, you can just slip stitch here, and this will be the look of your flower. Or if you want a 10 petal, then you can just make 2 more petals in this, joining chain 1 of the first popcorn stitch and the last popcorn stitch. So I'm making a 10 petal, so I'm gonna make 2 more petals. 1, 2, chain 3 and slip stitch. Then again I'm gonna make 1 more petal. 1, 2, chain 3 and slip stitch at the base of that double crochet, and we are done. And now, as I told you, this is our chain 2 of our first petal, so you can just stretch it and you'll find this space bit above your chain 2. So insert into that and slip stitch. Then you can just chain 1, cut your flower and remove this hook, tighten it. And second flower is also done. You just give it a shape a bit, and then you can just immediately weave in this end. So just let your thread pass through some loops like this, and just go above your popcorn stitches or under your petal. These loops are there, so I'm hiding that yarn tail in those, like this. So, or you can just hide it in these loops. Choice is yours. Done. And then you can just cut your yarn tail. So our second flower is done. Now let's go for the third one. So I'll just weave in this end also. So I'm weaving the yarn ends in all the back side or the wrong side. So let's just finish this off. Done. If you want to secure it more, you can just leave the first loop and insert your needle back into those loops and pass your thread through them. Just hold this first loop, pass it like this, okay, and then you can just cut it off. So you can use any one of the ways which you want, the methods. Okay. So our two beautiful flowers are ready. Now let's go for the next one, which is maroon color. Okay. So hold this yarn like this. Now we are using the next flower base. Insert your hook in between these two spaces, the chain 2 and the double crochet. Just wait for a moment. Just get my water. Okay. Oh, that felt good. Okay. So insert your hook into this, bring it out, and chain 1, and then okay. Sorry, I just got a call, so I had to cut it. Yeah. Sorry. And now so chain 2, 1 and 2, and now we are going to make a popcorn stitch. Yeah. So sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now remove that hook, insert it into the first stitch which you made on top of your chain 2. Insert your hook into the working loop and bring it out and chain 1. Now go for the next chain space over here, and we are just holding our this yarn along with our work, so it will get hidden naturally. One, two, three, 4 and 5 double crochet. Remove your hook from the loop, hold that loop, okay, otherwise it will open. Insert your hook into that first stitch, insert your hook back into the loop, working loop, and bring it out. Now chain 1, then go for your next chain space and make your flower, the popcorn stitch. One, two, three, 4 and 5. Remove the hook, insert it into the first stitch, insert it into the working loop and bring it out and chain 1. Now go for the next chain space and make your popcorn stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Remove your hook, insert it into the first stitch, insert into the loop and bring it out. Chain 1. Now we are in the last space of our flower base, so make your last stitch, last popcorn stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Thank you for liking my live session. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make your popcorn stitch. Chain 1. So we've made all our 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 popcorn stitches. Now we're just going to turn our work like this and then join with the slip stitch on that very first stitch which we made, which is on top of your chain 2 of the first popcorn stitch. So just hold that chain 2, stretch it out a bit. Here is your stitch, here, okay. So insert, bring it out, pass it through the working loop, and we are done joining the whole flower, the base of the flower. And now we are going to go into the first two, between the first two popcorn stitches, okay. So just if you stretch it, you'll find this chain 1 space. In that we're going to make our first 2 petals. So first, before that, let's just make a slip stitch in that and come between those 2 popcorn stitches like this. Now chain 2, make 1 double crochet. So chain 2 will be counted as your double crochet. So we've made 2 double crochets. Now 1, 2 and 3. So we've made 3 chains. Now at the base of this double crochet, these 2 loops, we are going to insert our hook and pull up a loop, pass it through the working loop. So we made a slip stitch and our first petal is done. Again go into the same chain space and make your second petal. 1 and 2. 2 double crochets. Now 1, 2 and 3 chains, and then go into the base of that double crochet, get those 2 loops, yarn over and make a slip stitch like this. So we made 2 petals in between these 2 popcorn stitches. Now let's go between the next 2 popcorn stitches, this chain 1 space, and make your next petal. 1 and 2, chain 3 and slip stitch in the base of that double crochet. Then next petal, 1 and 2, chain 3 and make your slip stitch. So 2 petals are done. Now directly go between these 2 next 2 popcorn stitches and 2 double crochets, chain 3 and slip stitch. Then again go for the same space and make your second petal. 1 and 2, chain 3 and slip stitch at the bottom of that double crochet. So we made our 2 petals between these 2 popcorn stitches. Now let's go for the next 2. So do subscribe to my channel to find more interesting and simple to understand crochet tutorials. You can either follow my edited videos, or you can go for the live crochet along the tutorial sessions. So 2 double crochet, chain 3 and slip stitch at the base of that last double crochet like this. Make your second petal in the same space, chain 3 and slip stitch. So our 2 petals are done. Now we've come to the end of the last chain 1 space, so I'm making 2 more double petals. 1 and 2, chain 3 and slip stitch at the base of that double crochet. Then your last petal, 1, 2, 1, 2 and oops, oh, I need to join this. Okay, so slip stitch, and then we can just slip stitch on top of your chain 2 here. This is my chain 2 and this gap like this, chain 1 and cut that yarn. So I didn't need to join these 2, but if I don't, then I don't get a grip, to crochet, so that's why we have to join it. Remove this, just pull it out, pull it up a little, and your beautiful third flower is done. So we'll just quickly hide this tail. Do subscribe to my channel for these beautiful crochet projects to learn them. You can visit the live tutorials, or you can go for the edited videos. So on top of your popcorn stitches, you can just hide your yarn tail. In these loops, like this. And your third flower is done. Isn't it beautiful? Now let's go for pink color. So here I'm going to use pink color. Okay, I'll just drink some water. So hold your loop yarn like this, insert your hook into the next flower base in the first space which you see, bring it up and chain one, and then you can drop that yarn tail, hold it along with your work, and now make your first popcorn stitch. So 1 and 2. Okay, so this is not counted as my first double crochet, so I'm making 5 double crochets here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now I'm inserting in that first stitch, back into that loop, bring it up and chain 1. Then go for your next chain space and make your popcorn stitch. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section. 3, 4 and 5. Chain 1, go for the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Chain 1. Next chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Chain 1, and this is the last chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 1. and slip stitch on top of that chain 2 of your first popcorn stitch. Then you're ready to make your petals. So go between these first 2 petals of this set, slip stitch into that chain 1 space. So you've come in between these 2 popcorn stitches, and now 2, this is your first double crochet, chain 2. Now make your second double crochet, chain 3, and slip stitch at the base of that double crochet like this. So your first petal is done. Make your second petal, 1 and 2, chain 3, slip stitch. Then go directly in the chain 1 space between the next 2, make your double crochet. Sorry, second double crochet, chain 3 and slip stitch at the base of that double crochet. And go again in that space for your second petal. 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch at the base of that double crochet. So 2 petals are done between these 2 popcorn stitches. Now go for the next chain space here. One, 2, chain 3 and slip stitch. Again, wait, did I make 2 chains? No, I don't think so. Oh, I did. I didn't finish it. What happened over here? No, I just made 1 chain, double crochet. So make your second double crochet. Barbara Howell. Hi, Barbara. How are you? Missed you. Hope you had a great day. It's night time there, right? So I'm making this flower coaster. I have an edited video on my channel as well. If you want, you can make that also. So I just thought I'll crochet along. So slip stitch at the base of that, and we've made our 2 petals between our next 2 popcorn stitches. Yes, it is 11:37 p.m. Yes, I thought so. Okay. Anyway, if you're too sleepy, then you can always visit my channel and go for the live sessions and watch this. So this is my next petal, 1, 2, and 3, and insert it in that base of the double crochet, the 2 loops, and slip stitch. So, and this is the next petal. So we're making 2 petals between 2 popcorn stitches. So 1, wait, yeah, okay. So this is 1 double crochet, and this is the second double crochet, chain 3, and slip stitch at the base. You can see these 2 loops. You can just insert it into those 2 loops. What's happening? Oh, this one is getting in the way. like this, and then just slip stitch. So we made our 2 petals between these 2 popcorn stitches. Now let's go for the last section. Okay, so this is a slip stitch which joins chain 1 and slip stitch which joins the first popcorn stitch and the last one, and make your 2 petals. Chain 3 and slip stitch. So Barbara, I hope you had a wonderful day today. Was it Sunday for you? Is it Sunday for you today? Here it's Monday. I think so. You guys are behind, right? 2 double crochets, chain 3 and slip stitch at the base of that double crochet. Yes, yes, I thought so. Okay, so now we can just slip stitch on top of the chain 2 of your first petal. So you can just stretch your chain 2 and you'll find this first stitch. So slip stitch, and you can just chain 1 and cut that yarn. And your flower is done. Let's just weave this in. So I'm just going under the loops of that petal, those petals. So if you just hide the tails or weave in the ends on the go, then it will be better for you, because after is my video back? There was some issue with the Wi-Fi, so that's why. Am I back? Barbara, are you there? Oh, wonderful. Okay, there's some issue with the Wi-Fi, but now it's back. So let's get back to business. Let's make cream color. Okay? So I hope the Wi-Fi doesn't go now. Okay. So join your yarn, drop the tail, and you can just hold your tail along with your work. Now chain 2, this is counted as your first double crochet. Make no, sorry, this is not counted as your first double crochet. Now make 5 double crochets over. If you want, you can count it as your double crochet, doesn't matter. Just you have to insert your hook into that chain, second chain which you made. So 3 4 and 5. Insert your hook into the very first stitch which you made. Insert your hook back into the working loop and just pull it out and chain 1. So this chain 1 acts as a bridge between the 2 popcorn stitches. Now I'm just quickly going into the next popcorn stitch. So I'll just try to rush a bit because I just want to finish this before 10:30 India time. Right now it's 10:18, so I highly doubt it whether it will be so. or I can just continue the work in tomorrow's live session, or maybe today, hopefully. So 1 2 3 4 and 5. Remove your hook, insert it into the first stitch, go back into that loop, bring it down. 1 2 3 4 and 5. Chain 1, go into the next chain space and 5 double crochets. Oops. 1 2 3 4 and 5. Chain 1, and this is the last space between the last double crochet of the set, and chain 2, five, chain 1, and now you can just turn your work and slip stitch on top of your chain 2, which is your first stitch. So if you just pull this one, you can see this space. So slip stitch into that very first stitch of that first popcorn which you made, and now you can go between this one and this one, this space, and slip stitch there. So now you're in that bridge between these two popcorn stitches, and now let's make the petals quickly. 1 2, so this is counted as your first double crochet, 2 chains, 1 more double crochet, chain 3, and slip stitch at the base. So first petal done. Again in the same space, make next petal, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 3, chain 3, and slip stitch at the base of that double crochet. Then go between these two, the next two, and make 2 petals. 1 2, chain 2, chain 3. Can you hear that train sound? And the second petal, 1 and 2, chain 3, and slip stitch. So we've made our 2 petals here. Let's jump between these two next 2 popcorn stitches in the chain 1 space and make our 2 double crochets. Chain 3, 1 2 3, or is it 2 2? So 1 more. You've got to be really close to the train tracks. Yes, Barbara. Do you want to see? Should I show you? Okay, let's see. Just take a break. I'll be covering my camera because I don't want to show you my messy house. It's not that messy, but still. Okay. I'll just quickly show you. I hope I think the light will be too strong, but you won't be able to see the train tracks. But after this patch, around somewhere there, the train passes by. So only this much gap is there between, uh, the railway track. You can see those light poles behind the tree, a little bit behind that one, that light pole, this one. So there the train passes by. If you can see that track a bit, those stones and all. So there's the railway track. So I really live, in a beautiful surrounding. It's all surrounded by mountains and greenery. So let's get back to the live session. Wow, that was something crazy which I did. Okay, we're back. Yeah. Okay. So, so this is the first petal and slip stitch. Go back into the same place and make your next petal. 1 and 2, 3 chains, and insert your hook back into, not back, insert your hook into that base of the double crochet. Our chain, 2 petals are done. That was so nice. Yes, Barbara, it's nice. I love it. I love my place. It's surrounded in greenery and quite a peaceful place, but we can't avoid the noise pollution. Trains keep passing by, and this is like the road in front of our building like connects to some other places, so people use this road. So vehicles keep passing by, not heavy traffic, but they do keep like when I make a reel or a tutorial, I have to be very careful about that. I have to shoot again and again because like I'm recording, some vehicle will pass, a heavy duty vehicle, so I have to reshoot that. But in life those things can't be avoided, right? So that's why I kind of enjoy life, because I don't have to be that perfect in tutorial, video making, the background noises and all. So, and I like talking to you guys. And even we can, if you guys have any doubts, I can just clear it up. So, good times. Chain 3 and go back. Why am I saying go back? Go into that, between that base of your double crochet and slip stitch. Now go for this very last space and make your 2 petals. Oh, the loop is too big. Just make it a little smaller. 1, 2, and chain 3, slip stitch. Then again 1, 2, and chain 3. Hello, come talk to me. I am talking to you, Barbara. And slip stitch. And we are done with our last 2 petals, and now you can just slip stitch on top of your chain 2 of your first uh, popcorn stitch like this, and cut it off. You have people lurking, just watching. Oh, like that. Yeah, what to do? They have their own free will if they want to talk. I'd love for them to talk to me, but it's totally their choice. And now let's just weave this end in. And I think so this will be the last flower for this live session, as it's already 10:28. So I might continue this later in the day or on my next live, because right now I give some fitness classes also. I conduct some fitness classes, so it's the time for that. So I have to go for that. So those classes are online, just for the ladies who want to exercise, but they don't have that much motivation, to exercise, or they don't exercise on their own. Then they can just come together in this place, online space, and we can all just do some light exercises. So this is it for today's live. We were able to make this much, and hopefully today later in the day I might finish this. If not, then tomorrow we are going to finish this. Okay, isn't this beautiful? Just look at this. Okay, so let's meet on my next live session, as I said, hopefully today or tomorrow. So hope you enjoyed today's live. And Barbara, I think so you'll go to sleep. You might go to sleep, but it's okay. You can always join in, you can watch my live recording if I record it, if I come live later, or we can meet tomorrow and finish this together. Okay, so do subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share it. Share it with your friends who want to learn crochet, or if you're learning crochet, that's wonderful. So let's meet on my next live. Until then, bye bye. Love you. Bye, Barbara. I'm waiting for your bye, Barbara. Say bye. Okay, bye bye. Love you.